Our customers know what to expect when they see our sign. Great value, friendly service, delicious food, quick and efficient service, and equally important, the cleanliness of the restaurant. And your part in this starts from the minute you walk into the restaurant. Always remember to wash your hands when you first come into work and every time you return to food handling duties. You will be doing your part in stopping the spread of germs that can cause serious illness and diseases. It is critical to follow the correct procedure. Make sure that the water is hot. Lather thoroughly using the antimicrobial soap. Use the nail brush to scrub under your nails. Rinse away the soap cleanly with hot water and dry your hands with a paper towel. After you've washed and dried your hands completely, only then apply the hand sanitizer. Make sure you rub your hands together to distribute the gel properly. Always remember to follow the proper hand washing procedure right after using the washroom. Handling money or the phone, touching skin or hair, sneezing or coughing, drinking, eating or smoking, and right after performing cleaning duties. The hand sanitizer is not a substitute for hand washing. You must wash and dry your hands thoroughly, then apply the sanitizer. The sanitizer will not be able to kill germs effectively if your hands are soiled. Make sure you dry them completely. Appearance is very important as you represent Taco Bell and Hot and Now. You should shower regularly, keep your hair and fingernails short and clean. No nail polish or excessive jewelry, and your uniform should always be clean. And keep in mind that customers do not appreciate seeing your bad habits such as coughing or sneezing without turning into your shoulder, licking your fingers, or blowing your nose. Customers should never see you eating, drinking, smoking, or chewing gum behind the counter. Your good health is not only important to yourself, but to the people you work with, as well as to our customers.
Pat, are you feeling okay?
I don't know. I think I'm alright.
Always let your manager know if you're not feeling well.
Pat, sounds like you need some rest. Why don't you go home and take it easy? Don't worry about us here. When you feel better, call us and I'll reschedule you.
Alright, thanks.
Okay.
Don't try to keep working when you should be at home resting. Wait until you are well enough to work again. When you're feeling better, the manager can bring you back on non-food handling tasks. If you get a cut, be sure to follow these steps. Wash your hands thoroughly, use a Taco Bell and Hot and Now approved bandage, and use disposable gloves. Always use a new pair of gloves when returning to food handling tasks. Be sure to tell your manager.
Hi, Brett Atkins,
Michael Burkett.
County Health Department. I'm here for an inspection.
Good. Okay, where do you want to start?
I'd like to check your food storage area first.
Okay, meet me on the side. I'll open the door for you.
Okay.
Always cooperate fully when a health inspector arrives in your restaurant. Treat him in a non-defensive and cordial manner. Equally important, join the health inspector as they make the rounds.
These should not be stored on the floor.
Okay. James, can you come here? Thanks. Can you make sure these get moved right away?
Okay.
Thanks.
Any problem that can be corrected on the spot should be done so immediately.
Something wrong with the carryover beef?
Yes, the reading I'm getting is 50 degrees. This beef should never be over 45 degrees.
That's strange, because the reading I get in the outside cooler says 40 degrees. I'll make sure somebody comes in right away and checks out the cooler and our thermometer.
Well, I need to get some samples of your carryover beef to take with me.
Sure. I need to get a duplicate sample for our labs. Do you know what kind of test you'll be running so I can pass that information along to the Quality Assurance Department?
Yeah.
The health inspector may choose to collect food samples. The manager should set aside a portion of the sample for our analysis. Be sure and ask what tests they'll be running on the selected food sample, and remember to collect a receipt from the health inspector. The health inspector is legally entitled to take photographs. Just be sure and note the areas the inspector photographed and notify the zone office or your supervisor.
Take a picture of here. We all done?
Be sure to get a copy of the health inspector's report before they leave your restaurant. It is Taco Bell's policy to call your supervisor and the quality assurance hotline to report the health inspector's actions. They will give you further instructions on how to proceed with your portion of the food samples. If there are violations that could not be corrected in the presence of the inspector, they should be remedied as soon as possible. Then, as a courtesy, remember to follow up with the health inspector that you have corrected the problem.
Am I speaking with the manager?
Yes, I'm Shelley Nelson. How can I help you?
My son John is in the hospital. They say they think it's his appendix, but I just know it was something that he ate in your restaurant.
If a customer calls with a foodborne illness complaint, be certain to listen carefully and treat the caller with courtesy.
You know, I'm really sorry to hear that. I'll certainly try and help you in any way that I can. If you have a moment, can I get some information from you? Can I get your name and number?
Laura Sinclair, 555-1217.
Find out the time the customer was in your restaurant, the food items they might have eaten, their name and phone number, and any symptoms. Do not be defensive, but let them know that you're concerned and you're here to help.
And when was your son in our restaurant, and do you happen to know what he had to eat?
Last night. I think he usually gets a couple of chicken burritos.
And do you know what his symptoms were?
I don't know. This morning he just grabbed his stomach and doubled over in pain. Do I really have to answer these questions? I mean, he is really sick.
I just want to make sure that I have all the necessary information. You know, I'm going to call our insurance company, and they'll be contacting you to answer any questions that you may have. I sure hope that John is feeling better soon, though, okay?
After you're through with the caller, immediately notify Taco Bell's insurance company, the quality hotline, and your supervisor. Check the foods in question, making certain that the product has not expired. Make certain that thawing is only done in the walk-in and not at room temperature. Any packaging or products that look suspicious should be removed. Check that hot foods are cooked or reheated to 165 degrees, cold foods are held at below 45 degrees, and the hot food holding is at least 160 degrees. Check to see that none of the crew members are ill or showing the same symptoms. If they are, be sure to help them seek medical attention. Explain the situation to the other crew members and ask that they not discuss this at or away from work. In the rare occurrence that the problem is traced back to Taco Bell, it is important that you've taken every precaution. If the situation does become critical, your supervisor will have further instructions.
Excuse me. I found this in my taco.
I'm sorry, are you all right?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll be happy to refund your money, or if I can get you something else to eat, I will. But just to be perfectly safe, let me get some information from you.
Okay.
Let me get your name and phone number.
All right, I'm Cindy Sherman,
Right.
555 1304.
And this was in your taco?
Yeah, I took a bite and it was really good, and then I went to take another bite and it just kind of caught my eye.
Sure. Do you mind if I keep this for my investigation?
Yeah, okay.
All right. And again, I'm really very sorry. If I can refund your money, I will. And if I can also get you something else to eat, I'll do that right now for you.
Okay, thanks.
If a customer has a foreign object complaint, again, simply listen to the customer with courtesy and concern. Never become defensive or accept blame. Get the customer's name and phone number. Ask if you can keep the object as part of your investigation. Quality assurance may ask you to send them the foreign object. Then pull all the food items in question, tag the items with a Do Not Use warning notice, and store them in the walk-in. Check all of the affected products in the walk-in. Be sure to note the vendor ID, manufacturer, and the use-by date. Then call the quality hotline for guidance. It is important for you to decide if the problem is serious enough to warrant an investigation, or if you can solve the matter in the store, such as faulty equipment. Most complaints should be easily resolved. Use your judgment. If the matter does seem serious, be sure to contact Taco Bell's insurance company, your supervisor, and the quality hotline.
Do you have a minute?
Hi, Jill. Yeah, of course.
I just got back from the doctor's and she gave me some pretty bad news. I've got hepatitis. I don't know what type yet.
Oh, Jill, I'm really sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better soon. You know, I won't be able to schedule you for any work until I get further results from your doctor.
I know.
You know, if you feel up to it, I need to ask you some questions. Do you know when it was you first might have gotten sick?
My doctor thinks like a week ago.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was the flu. I'm so bummed. I was trying to save enough money to go to Mexico this summer.
Great place.
If a crew member comes to you with information that he or she has a communicable disease such as hepatitis or tuberculosis, try and find out as much information as you possibly can. Try and determine how they contracted the disease and when they think they might have started feeling ill.
So, listen, be sure to follow your doctor's advice and be sure to get a full recovery.
I understand.
If the crew member only suspects that they are sick, let them know that they won't be scheduled until you get a written confirmation from their doctor, allowing them to return to work. Inform the quality hotline and your supervisor on suspect or confirmed communicable disease. If the communicable disease is confirmed, let the crew know that they might be required to begin treatment. The Quality Assurance Department will give you further instructions. If hepatitis A has been confirmed, disposable gloves are to be distributed and used by food handlers for the next 4 weeks. It is even more important to follow proper health procedures such as washing hands thoroughly, sanitizing food contact areas, as well as smallwares and equipment. Use only Taco Bell and Hot and Now approved sanitizer and detergent. Following these proper hand washing and sanitation procedures will lessen the possibility of the spread of the disease.
Pick up the order when it's ready. Thank you.
Is it true that most of your employees are coming down with hepatitis A? And are you taking any steps to stop the spread of this disease?
In the event the media does seize upon something they wish to sensationalize, it is important that you remember the following.
I'm sorry, it's not our policy to allow filming or videotaping in our restaurants without permission.
Really?
So I'd appreciate it if you turn off the camera, please.
Inform them politely that it is against policy to bring a camera onto the restaurant premises. Explain that any questions they might have can be answered by the Corporate Director of Public Affairs. You may provide them with the number. Remember not to be misled by any intimidation tactics on their part.
Well, off the record, your business is suffering. Is that due to people being scared, or is it the lack of morale with your employees?
It is dangerous to respond to such a loaded question. Simply treat them as you would with any customer that might have a complaint. Listen carefully and courteously.
Our Corporate Director Public Affairs Office will answer all your questions. Why don't I get you their number?
Okay.
This rule also applies to all other types of media, such as newspaper or radio inquiries. Recognize that prevention is the key. It is as simple as remembering to wash your hands when you come into work and every time you return to food handling duties, and you will probably never have to face any of the situations that you've just seen. Remember, if you have any questions or are not feeling well, let your manager know immediately. Total customer satisfaction means our customers expect the best, so you have to be at your best.